I made some custom bookshelves to make better use of this space in the living room. Went from this to this. The whole shelf system relies on these hangers. Here's how I made them. I used 1/8 inch steel stock. The backs were 1 inch. And the bent section was 3/4 of an inch wide. The first bend was made at 90 degrees. All the bends were made using sheet metal pliers while clamped in a vise. The rest of the bend was finished using a block and a hammer. The block is to prevent the hammer marks. Ideally, these bends would have been made with a metal brake, but my improvised method works pretty well. I made a template after making a prototype, and so what I did was I bent this part first and I bent this part. So this is 9 inches, this is 1.5 inches after I bent it, and then this is the remainder. But here, what I did is the back of it is going to be 9 inches. So I marked here that it'd be 9 inches, and then I went down 1 inch here and 1 inch up from here, and I made 2 marks, and then that's where I figured out where that would lie to keep this straight. Or else, if you make this too long, it'll either push it down or it'll pull it up, so you want that the correct length. So what ends up happening is then now I can weld that in place. Using a 90-degree welding magnet, the 2 pieces of metal were held together, the 1.5 inch and the 3/4 inch. The hanger was then welded together. Now it's time to make 11 more. Finally, mounting holes were drilled on both ends of the back of the hanger. The hangers can be painted, but I left the hangers with the mill scale on them, and I'm leaving them that way as it gives it more of a rustic look. Now it's time to make the wooden shelves. I wanted nice thick looking shelves. To buy a solid piece of wood would be crazy expensive. So instead I made them, using shop grade plywood that was laminated together and then facing them with clear pine. I ripped the plywood sheets into 8.25 inch wide pieces. I needed a total of 8 pieces so I could double them up and make 4 shelves at 1.5 inches thick. 2 pieces of plywood were glued together and then screwed or brad nailed together. I ended up brad nailing the rest of them because it's a lot easier and the nail holes are easy to fill. Really, the glue is what's holding these shelves together. I don't have any footage of ripping the pine board, but all I did was rip a 3/4 inch thick pine board through the table saw into 1.5 inch strips. The corners were mitered and then glued to the edge of the laminated plywood from earlier. Brad nails were used to hold them in place as well. The holes were then filled with matching wood filler, and then the whole shelf was sanded smooth. Four shelves ready to be whitewashed. To whitewash, I took some white paint and mixed it with some water to thin it out. I don't really have an actual mixture, but all I did was just add some water until it thinned out. The paint was generously brushed on the wood. Before the paint dried, it was wiped off, leaving a stain-looking finish. To install the shelves, one hanger was installed on the right-hand side and then leveled on the opposite side using books. Earlier, I used a stud finder to find the studs in the wall, so that way the hangers could be screwed directly into them. Books are really heavy, and so this was a must. More books were used to hold up the second shelf, and I continued on with the third and fourth as well, in the same way. I will also have to move the motion sensor for the security system, but I won't show that here. Here are all the shelves installed. The whitewash is a nice contrast with the color of the steel hangers. So far so good, the hangers are holding nice and strong. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, guys, so other people can find it, and consider subscribing for more videos. Alright, until next time, thanks for watching, bye.